Avoidance can feel like peace when your nervous system has mistaken distance for safety. You stop replying. You cancel plans. You keep conversations shallow. You leave emotionally before anyone can leave you. From the outside, it may look cold. From the inside, it feels like survival. If closeness once meant pressure, engulfment, disappointment, or abandonment, then distance can become the place where you finally feel in control. By the end of this video, you will understand why avoidance forms, why emotional distance can become addictive, and how withdrawal protects old wounds while quietly starving present relationships. You will learn the difference between real solitude and defensive disappearance. And you will get a practice for staying present one breath longer than the old pattern wants. Imagine someone gets close to you. At first, it feels good. They are interested. They are consistent. They want to know you. Then a subtle pressure begins. Messages feel heavier. Plans feel like obligations. Their affection starts to feel like expectation. You cannot explain it, but your body wants space. So you create distance. You get busy. You delay responding. You become vague. Maybe you find flaws in them. Too intense. Too available. Too much. The distance brings relief. But later, loneliness returns. You want connection again, just not the vulnerability that comes with being known. Avoidance often begins as protection against emotional overwhelm. Maybe closeness came with demands you could not meet. Maybe people used your openness against you. Maybe love was inconsistent, so needing anyone felt humiliating. Maybe independence was praised because dependency was unsafe. So a part of you learned to survive by needing less. Feel less. Reveal less. Leave more quickly. If no one gets too close, no one can trap you. If you disappear first, you do not have to feel the helplessness of being left. This strategy can make you seem strong, self-contained, low maintenance, unbothered. But the shadow cost is disconnection. You may become excellent at escaping pain and still poor at receiving love. Avoidance also distorts perception. When intimacy activates old fear, the mind searches for reasons to leave. It may turn ordinary human needs into evidence of danger. A request becomes control. A disappointment becomes proof. A conversation becomes a trap. The avoidant shadow says, distance equals freedom. But sometimes distance is not freedom. Sometimes it is a room built around an old wound. Here is the part that hurts to admit. The person you call too much may only be too much for the part of you that learned to survive by being unreachable. This does not mean every relationship should be endured. Some people are intrusive. Some dynamics are unsafe. Boundaries matter. But avoidance blurs the difference between danger and intimacy. It treats being needed, known, or affected as a threat. Integration begins with noticing the exit impulse before obeying it. What happens in your body when someone asks for closeness? Do you tighten? Go numb? Become irritated? Start mentally building a case against them. That is the moment to slow down. The practice is the one breath stay. When you feel the urge to withdraw, do not force yourself into full exposure. Just stay one breath longer. Send one honest sentence instead of disappearing. Say, I need some time, but I am not leaving the conversation. Say, I am feeling overwhelmed, and I want to come back to this tomorrow. Say, closeness brings up fear for me, and I am trying not to run. These sentences are not weakness. They are bridges. They let distance become communication instead of abandonment. For today, choose one place where you are using vagueness to avoid contact. Replace it with one clear sentence. Not a dramatic confession. Not a full emotional reveal. One clear sentence. Let someone know where you are instead of making them guess. Avoidance heals through tolerable contact. Not flooding. Not forced intimacy. Repeated experiences of staying present without losing yourself. It also heals through respecting the part that wants distance. If you shame the avoidant part, it will retreat further. It needs to know you are not going to force it into exposure the way others may have forced it into roles, conversations, or closeness it was not ready for. The goal is not to rip the door open. The goal is to stop locking it automatically. Ask the avoidant part what it believes would happen if you stayed. Would you be trapped? Needed too much? Disappointed? Controlled? Seen as selfish? Ask to give more than you have. These fears may not be current, but they are usually coherent. They came from somewhere. Then look for relationships where staying does not require self-abandonment. This is crucial. Avoidance does not heal by tolerating unsafe people. It heals by learning that some closeness can include choice. Some connection can include space. Some people can hear, I need time, without punishing you for having a nervous system. You are not trying to become endlessly available. You are learning the difference between a boundary and a disappearance. A boundary keeps you in honest relationship with yourself and others. Disappearance leaves everyone alone with their stories. And if someone cannot tolerate any boundary, that is information too. The goal is not to make every relationship work. The goal is to stop letting fear make the decision before truth has a chance to speak. Sometimes staying one breath longer will reveal that connection is safe enough. Sometimes it will reveal that your body was right to want distance. Both outcomes are useful when you stay conscious. Avoidance gives you relief. Awareness gives you choice. That choice is the beginning of intimacy with yourself. You learn that you can leave when leaving is true, stay when staying is true, and speak before silence becomes a wall. That is how distance becomes conscious instead of compulsive. Avoidance can feel like peace when distance has been your safest room. But peace that depends on never being known becomes loneliness with better lighting. You do not have to give everyone access to you. You do not have to override your boundaries. But you do have to ask whether your solitude is nourishing you or protecting a fear that never gets questioned. The work is to let connection become survivable. One clear sentence. One honest pause. One breath longer than the old escape. In the next episode, we go into the addiction to crisis. Why calm can feel empty when your nervous system was trained by chaos. Subscribe so you do not miss it. And today, before you disappear, try telling the truth in one sentence.